back in All the Mods 10 to the Sky. Last time we got our animal farm. We automated some crushing of ores. Well, semi-automated. It's not fully automated yet. Kind of screws up a lot. We got infinite cobblestone and lava. And we completed the first chapter of the quest book. Chapter 1 starting out. And today we are going to get started on Chapter 2. I'm thinking we're going to start by going down... Let's see, which path did I want to start with? We're going to start with the foundry, which means we need to make these black fire bricks, which means we need fire bricks. We need the fire clay, which means we need lots of clay and lots of sand. So, I know that I made a bunch of clay just last time. Let's see. I might have used it all. Oh, that's right, I turned it all into terracotta. And then whatever I didn't turn into terracotta, I threw in a chest. So I'm gonna need to make a bunch more. Let's see, I need dust, which means I need to grab my hammer. Let's see. Maybe instead of focusing on Chapter 2, I should focus on some storage. Because I am struggling right now. Keep misplacing everything. Don't need very much dust, so I'm just going to use a stack. Alrighty. Break down the cobblestone into gravel, and then the gravel into sand, and then the sand into dust. You all know how this goes. Not too complicated. And then we just need a bucket. There it is. And then just like before, we just throw the dust in here. And... well, that's an issue. It's got 12% of a dirt block being formed in it. 1, 2, 3. And then it's going to be loud as hell for a little bit. It's the water splashing. We need a bunch of clay, and then I will make a bunch of sand, and then we'll start working on the fire clay bricks. And then while all that's smelting up, I will work on integrated dynamics, I think is the mod. I want to build a simple storage system, which would just allow me to access all of my chests with a crafting table, so that I don't have to worry about digging through all the chests to figure out where anything is. Stop that annoying noise. That's definitely enough clay. Alright. And then I need a bunch of cobblestone. For every piece of clay, I need 5 pieces of sand. So hopefully 2 blocks is enough. Gravel to sand. Alrighty. So we will break this down into clay balls and break this down into this, and then fire clay I can make just under a stack. And then I think it's a 1-to-1. It is. Great. So we're just going to throw this in here. This will start turning into those bricks. And in the meantime, I can start working on some kind of storage. I'm thinking integrated dynamics, simple storage. Integrated dynamics. Let's see. Storage terminal. Item interface. And just regular pipes. Where are the regular pipes? Here their interfaces. There they are, the logic cables. For all of these, I need Menril, and I also need just lots of Menril, it looks like. Yeah. Just lots and lots of Menril. And of course we get Menril from Menril logs, which we should be able to get from Menril saplings. So in order to do that, I need a bunch of moss. It is a 2% chance to drop from a golden mesh. So we're going to grab the iron mesh and some gold. And we are going to make a golden mesh. And over here I have one more sieve, at least. I do. Great. I'm going to slap that right here for now. And then I have moss somewhere, right here. I'm going to leave one block of moss in here, and I'm going to sieve these 9. And if I don't get a mineral sapling, I will duplicate the moss, and then hopefully get Menro, because that is the first step in starting this whole process. Let's see. I did not. Okay. Throw all that back in here. And then we will grab the moss. And I believe with some bone meal, bone meal's in this chest, I can turn cobblestone into moss. So what I'm going to do is build a little platform. Kind of just threw this all over the place. Doesn't have to be pretty, it just has to work. Does it have to be stone? I think it has to be stone. That's unfortunate. Alrighty. Now how do I want to go about doing this? So I will need to duplicate the moss. Does it tell me? I mean, I can do it in a botany pot. That might be the best choice. I need to get a bunch of iron so that I can make hoppers, so I can make hopping botany pots. Where is all my wood? This keeps happening where I just misplace all of the wood. And that's why I need this inventory management mod here. I'm gonna grab the terracotta and 2 flower pots. So using the flower pots, we will be making 2 hopper botany pots. And then I just need a chest. That works. And then some dirt. And we will just find a corner, throw down the hopper botany pot. Inside the hopper botany pot, we will throw dirt and moss. And then the moss will just slowly grow in this botany pot, and then the hopper inside the botany pot will just drop it down into this chest. And I assume putting a hoe in there is only required and it could be required. Hold on. I do have a hoe. Might speed it up. Who knows? It might be required to sieve farmland like this, where it's required to sieve the wheat. Or not sieve the wheat, to hopper the wheat. It is really slow, though. Let's see. Does it work? Okay. I now have one moss block in here. But in the meantime, I will use these fire bricks to get started on this quest here. We just need to craft a black fire brick, which gives us 16 more fire bricks. Need the drains and taps. Let's see. That's easy. The tap. That's easy. We need the controller. Less easy, but still easy. And the tank and liquid heating coils. Tank is easy. I believe we actually need a bunch of these liquid heating coils. I'm going to build a 3x3 foundry, so I need 9 of these liquid heating coils. And then the tanks will hold it, and then the liquid heating coils will heat up with the lava I put in the tank. So, let's see. I need a piece of glass, which is somewhere. There it is. Alrighty. Fire bricks around a piece of glass will give us the tank. This will give us the drain. And this will give us the tap. And then it gives us a casting table, so I'm going to make a casting basin. Oh, which is one of the quests up here. But whatever. It's fine. Gives us a casting table and a second tap. And then the foundry controller requires a blast furnace. So I just need 3 smooth stone. So we will get that smelting over here. Grab some of this coal over here. Need 6 pieces. I have never been one to use a blast furnace in Minecraft, even in vanilla. It does speed up the smelting of items, but it's not so much faster that it's a boon to using, and I just personally prefer not to use it. Especially in modded Minecraft, where I have this iron furnace, which is slightly faster. I can level up these iron furnaces to different levels. I believe... Yes, if I get enough gold, I can level it up to a gold furnace. I can also use silver. Silver goes to gold slightly cheaper. And then gold to diamond. Diamond to crystal or to emerald. And then to obsidian, and then netherite, and then all the modium, vibranium, unobtainium, on and on and on. And then I just... oh, shit, I need iron. I don't have any. Well, isn't that just fun? I will have to sieve some. Yeah, unfortunate. Let me throw the cobblestone in here. Make some more. gravel, and then make some more iron real fast. This is, of course, the back and forth that is going to go on and on and on throughout this entire mod pack, is this constant need to be refreshing all of my gear, refreshing my gear and then refreshing my tools and my materials. So I will be constantly running out of materials, and I will be constantly repairing and running around and crafting. But eventually the crafting will become so intricate that I will require machines and setups, automation. But until that happens, I am stuck sieving in the middle of my house until I have enough materials to start automating some things. The next thing I want to automate is that I want to automate lava and power. So currently my power is lava-based. I currently don't have any power, but I do have a magmatic generator. But that does require a constant source of lava to be provided to it. And that is the downside, is that I don't have a constant source of lava, so I need iron. There it is. I need to use this iron to create that. So the first step, once this is all up and running properly again, which it won't be for a while, is that I need to swap this hopper for a item pipe from the pipes mod. Yeah, because currently it does that. So I will turn this off and take the raw nickel out of it. Bounce him up one more time and take that out. Okay. But I need these raw iron pieces in here. I don't need the nickel right now. So I need just a shit ton of iron. Where is my ore doubling hammer? I do not have one, it appears. Another rainstorm. We'll just live with it, I guess. I need 2 blocks of copper and some sticks. Oh, perfect amount of sticks right there. I'll make my doubling hammer again. And then using that, I will double my iron to 36. And then once that goes through, I will have iron, and I can continue working on this foundry. But in the meantime... Oh, I need iron for this, too. Guess I'm making a 2x2, because I would need 9 buckets, so 27 iron. And then I need 5 for the blast furnace, so that is a total of 32 iron. I would have that amount. Maybe I do just wait for the iron. In the meantime, I do have some moss blocks. I can try again on this gold mesh. Of course, still just trying to get mineral. I could skip it entirely and go straight to AE2. I'm assuming that integrated dynamics thing means that I just got mineral sapling. It does. Alrighty. So the integrated dynamics is the easiest. AE2 is the most effective. So AE2 is where it wants me to go and start working on an ME system, because I do need these growth accelerators. I will need these growth accelerators to do the gears, and the gears is how I automate the production of materials, so that I can stop sieving for iron, I can start growing iron in the gear. And I guess I could start working on an inscriber. The inscriber is a machine used in AE2, which will unfortunately need energy to work, but if we do have energy to spare, we can use it to transform items. From ingots and crystals to dust to combining circuits. To use it, place items in the 3 slots on the left, and if there is energy and a correct recipe, then our product will end up on the right. And this is how we make all of the presses for AE2. Normally we'd find them in meteors, but there's no ground, so there's no meteors. So I could work towards AE2. Do they have refined storage? I do like that one better. No, they do not. Okay. Refined storage is easier to understand, and in my opinion, the better of the 2 mods. AE2 allows you to do a lot more, but refined storage is way easier to set up and way simpler to understand. Let me... I will make a 2x2 foundry. Just so that I can use the rest of the iron to make pipes. Because I am tired of that automated system setup screwing up all the time. So let me grab my tools. And I'm actually just going to break this. And throw all these in here. And then everything else should have been caught by this. Great. Eventually I'll tear this all down because it's just in the way, really. It's pretty though. It's a good place to start, but it is not going to be my forever base. So, furnace, iron ingots, and smooth stone gives us the blast furnace, and then surround it with fire bricks. And it gives us the foundry. And so, the foundry controller gives us more fire bricks, and now I just need the liquid heating coils. I'm going to do 2x2, that means I need 4 of them. I have enough to make 2 buckets currently. Do I have enough iron? I will have enough iron. I also need copper. And then make the liquid heating coils. Gives me 3 lava buckets. Now that we have our blocks, we'll need to assemble our foundry. First is liquid heating coils. These will make up the floor of our foundry and are needed to heat up the foundry. The walls will be made of fire bricks or windows. The walls will also be where we place our drains, tanks, and controllers. The foundry will not need the frame built out, so every corner can remain empty, but it must have 4 walls and a floor to be completed. The controller will tell you where a block is missing if there is one. The foundry can be as small as 1x1 on the inside, as long as it has a controller, liquid heating coil, and the other walls filled. I don't recommend making one so small, though, as the bigger the foundry, the more space it has in it. You'll know the foundry is built when the controller lights up like a furnace and the liquid heating coils turn orange. So this is what I am going to make. I'm not going to waste space like they do by doing 2 drains. I'm just going to export from both sides of the drain. And then the lava buckets are what's used to power it. Heats up the liquid heating coils, and then from there melts down everything we put in it. So 2 more liquid heating coils, and I need a bunch more of these black fire bricks. So we will make a bunch more of the black fire bricks, and I do have more fire bricks if I need them. I'm going to make this foundry on the other side of my base, right over here. Gonna go ahead and grab that. So the moss turned some of my dirt into moss, which is not what I wanted, but it's fine. It didn't do what I wanted, and I didn't know how to make it do what I wanted, so I ended up with something not quite exact. I'm going to make just a weirdly angled cobblestone extension to my base here. I don't know much about base design, but this is kind of the design I am wanting out of this. I am not a builder, as you can clearly see. Okay, we're going to do that. And then right here, we are going to build the foundry. I want to call it a smeltery because I'm so used to tinkers, but it is not a smeltery, it is a foundry. And I am going to build it one block up off the ground, which will look bad for the time being, but I want to be able to utilize hoppers underneath the casting table and casting basin. So I will place the tank right here. And then, let's see, if I put the drain here, it'll be one block down, so that I do not want the drain here. I want black fire bricks, and then the drain on top of that. And it looks ridiculous, but it is how I can do this. Place a basin and a casting table, and then right underneath the casting table, or actually I'm going to do under the basin for now. We can do that, and then we will replace this block with a chest, and then everything that we export out will automatically be drawn into the chest. Yes, yes. I'm forgetting to put these blocks in place. And now I should have a functional... There we go. We are going to surround it like this. Mostly so I can get up, but also just to give it an air of completeness that it would otherwise lack. And I am going to use the rest of these bricks to build it up. Just because I have them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need 5 more. It gives me 4. Also, the more blocks I put in, the more spaces inside the foundry I can use. I made too many of these because 4 bricks gives me 4 bricks. I think I will always be off by 1, no matter how many times I put these down. But I might as well just put as many down as I possibly can. Because as much space in this foundry as I can possibly get is best. The amount of space I put in here should help me in the future because I need quite a bit of space to do the gears. And I haven't dug too far into the gears, but I believe there is a gear per metal. Whoops, missed the water, but that's fine. I tried. I am not an MLG master. I can tell you that. But I believe there's one Geor per metal, and that might include alloys. And if I need alloys for the Geors, I want as much space in my foundry as I possibly can. I guess I can check. Geor. Let's see. Do I see any... No. Doesn't look like there is any of the alloys, just base materials. That is unfortunate. But it's fine. I made a large foundry for no reason then. I can always tear it down later if I want to move it or repurpose it, or repurpose its space. This is just a temporary setup until I can figure everything out. Once the foundry is smoking and our materials are melting, we'll need a place to put it in order to make our geors. The casting basin will be perfect, as we need to cast a full block's worth of ingot into one compressed sand in order to make a geor. Place the compressed sand into the basin, then use the tap on a drain above the basin to deliver the material into it. Wait a second to let it cool off, and we should now have our... And then that's where it stops. But, it does give us a block of raw iron that we can use in this the foundry. It's not a tinker's smeltery, but it basically is. So we will throw a block of raw iron in here, and then we will put a piece of sand into the casting basin. The hopper does not pull this out because it is part of a recipe. It will only pull out the finished product, which is a great addition, a great interaction for hoppers. Or at least that's my understanding. That is the way that it worked in Tinker's Construct. I do not know if that still works the same with this foundry mob. In the meantime, while that is smelting, I want to make more lava. And I want to get the pipes mod to start exporting lava into a tank, to start exporting from the tank into the magmatic generator, so I can start working on mechanism to increase my lava generation. And the reason I need mechanism is because I need steel to make the block that is 60 timesing this crucible here. And mechanism is the easiest way to get steel for my current point in time. And then once I have more steel, I can make more of the heating elements underneath this. We're just going to top off the foundry real fast. And then once I have more of those heating elements, I can place down more porcelain crucibles, and then I want to make a second cobblestone generator to power the crucibles, to power my magmatic generator, to power all of my stuff. All of my machines and projects, because I will need lots of flux, or RF, redstone flux, to power the sieves and the hammers. And I also need power for the integrated terminals, I believe. I might be wrong with that. But I definitely need power if I want to go into AE2. I will also need power if I want to go any farther than this. So if I want to automate the mining of the geors, I will need power to automate a block breaker, and to automate the block breaker, or to automate the breaking, I need to unlock the block breakers, and I need to go down this whole rabbit hole, but we'll get to that. Geor are our main automation for resources within ATM10 to the sky. They work like budding amethyst or certus. Crystals will grow out of any side of them if there is room. The only difference is that geors can be picked up by pickaxes, even without silk touch. The crystals can be mined off of the budding geor and can then be smelt to get our ingots. Any blocks that boost the speed of amethyst will also speed up geors. What they mean by that is down over here with AE2, there's the growth accelerators. And if you do the directional growth accelerator, it boosts one side of the geor. Alright, we have our 2 blocks of molten iron. Why doesn't this want to work? Oh, does it have to be down 1? Yeah, that might be. Let's see. Boom. Boom. And then we will place the casting basin and the foundry tap and the sand. Why isn't this working? Let me look up the geor and make sure that I am doing this correctly. Budding iron geor. It's a block of compressed sand. That is what I'm doing wrong. Okay. I thought that it seemed too easy to just use sand, but... Okay, 1 block of compressed sand. Now I can move this all up a block. Hey. Well, shoot. Let me put this all in place before this breaks. And then I will take back out my drain that I accidentally threw in there. Drain. Tap, casting basin, and then compressed block of sand, tap. Okay, now we will be getting our geor. And then I can put my casting table back down. Nice. Budding iron geor. So, that is this Foundry quest line completed in Chapter 2. It gives us 2 more budding iron geors and an XP levels. So the next thing I want to work on is this metallurgic infuser for making steel. We are going to put down the geors. The way that I want to do it is like this. Down on the ground, so that one side is facing up, so that it doesn't split its attention to multiple sides, and it always grows this side up. And then I should probably use the rest of my iron to make pipes. Let me grab some flint. We'll need some wood. We'll need some redstone. So, for pipes, I want an item pipe, but that requires 2 droppers. I want 1 set of item pipes, 1 set of fluid pipes, and then I want a pipe wrench. Oh, I need sticks. Hold on. And now I can make a pipe wrench. Okay. So, the first thing to fix is this automation right here. We are going to change this out for an item pipe with the pipe wrench. And now when we turn it on, it crushes and doesn't get cycled back through our machine. It's a little slower at passing items through, but that's fine. Now we're generating all the raw materials. What is this man? This might be a good trade to get one wither skeleton skull. Do I have 5 emeralds? No. Well, I hate the sounds this guy makes, so we're just gonna kill him and his mom. And I completed a quest for that, apparently. I don't know why I bother closing this door. This entire wall is open. I didn't know that was a quest in the quest book. Is it the bounty board? Yeah. While making a lot of the quest lines for ATM10, the trader villager thought it'd be funny to constantly push me around in the quest screen. Take them out, all of them. Alfred GG. I second this, Toshiba. So I've already done that. Here you'll find all the rewards you can get by slaying enemies. I have killed 5 zombies. I have killed 10 zombies, which gives me a common reward. Give me some redstone dust. And I have killed 5 spiders. Also gives me the Sword of Alfred GG. Alrighty. If I kill 40 more zombies, I get another common reward, Iron, Rotten Flesh, and XP. And if I kill a husk and a drowned, I get a trident. Interesting. I should set up a mob farm before too long. I do need a lot of their materials. Let's go back to chapter 2. So I want to work on mechanism. I need this metallurgic infuser. So I need a piece of osmium and 2 furnaces. And a piece of osmium. Okay, so we will make the metallurgic infuser. I will take a nap. So, the metallurgic infuser, I need the magmatic generator. Oh, look at that, a skeleton died over here. Oh yeah, this is like mob spawn central over here, which is why my mob spawner will be over there. So, this guy right here is our lava crucible. We want to put the magmatic generator right here for now. And I will manually port over these 4 buckets of lava. Grab the porcelain crucible and the superheating element, which will go right here. And then I will take cobblestone out of here into the crucible, and then from the crucible into the magmatic generator. This is just a very basic setup for now. Once I get more steel, I can make more of those. I will set up more of these magmatic generators. The magmatic generator... lava is 160 Fe per tick, but burns at 0.6 millibuckets per tick. Yeah. I could burn, so in a honey generator, and there are more of these magmatic generators. Okay. If I get 8 of these magmatic generators and a diamond gear, I can make an 8x magmatic generator, which generates 1,280 Fe per tick. But I am not near that, nor do I need that right now. So we're going to place down the metallurgic infuser, and then go dump out my inventory, because my inventory is so cluttered. Let's see, just drop everything in here. Okay, I will pull back out the pipe wrench, the fluid pipe, and the item pipe. These 3 can go in this chest. I do need more iron, unfortunately. So that'll be more sifting. Woo! Alright, so I'm actually going to change this setup just a touch. Instead of the metallurgic infuser being connected directly to it, I'm going to put the basic energy cube and then the metallurgic infuser. This should allow this to work. So time to sieve a bunch of gravel to get more iron so that I can turn the iron into steel. Alrighty. I did throw my hammer in this chest as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 21 blocks of compressed cobblestone, which is just under 3 stacks. So now to just sift this forever, I guess I could go check on my gears, see how those are growing. Yeah, let me do that. They're not. Okay, that's what I figured. And then all of this gets dumped right into this chest. That is why we need to work on automation and upgrading the chests and stuff to sophisticated storage. Because the less inventory space that is just filled with raw materials, the better. This whole process here is the entirety of the beginning part, but automation comes up really rapidly. Okay, that's all of our gravel. And then dump all of this in here. And then starting with the iron and the copper and the gold, the osmium, we will go ahead and compress all this. Bam. If you hold Shift K and drag over the items, it will select them all and then compress them all. You don't have to go one by one. So iron, then gold, then copper, then osmium, and then everything else. We will break those down and get the multiplies in here. And then I'm going to need more ore hammers. Let me make another one and grab this one. And that will allow me to quadruple these. So that jumping guy over there doubles it. I quadruple it. all's well that ends well. And then I just smelt it. Do need to grab the coal out of here and turn half of it into coal pieces to power this furnace. And I will need the other half to turn the iron into steel. Alright. 4 iron and 4 pieces of coal. It is going to be really slow, but that's because this is an unupgraded machine, so it's just got to chug along until it finalizes everything it's doing. Forget that I need 4 more. So the iron plus the coal turns into enriched iron, and then the enriched iron plus the coal turns into steel. It is a long and arduous process until I get speed and energy upgrades in here. But that won't be for a minute. Because I need some other stuff later on in Mechanism. Like I believe it's the atomic alloys? Not the atomic alloys. Infused, reinforced, and atomic. So I need the infused alloys to make the speed and energy upgrades. And then from there, I can speed all of the machines up. But for now, we'll just have to deal with really slow metallurgic infuser. Make a little bit more steel, which we then have to bring back in here and throw in here. Alright. What was the next thing I wanted to do? Integrated dynamics. So that mineral sapling I threw in here. So let's build this mineral tree. Twerk to make it grow. Maybe. Might take it a minute. I'm growing the wheat over there too. Might need more space. I do it here. Yeah, there we go. Alright. Get rid of the logs. And these other logs are enriched logs. And that is what I am looking for. Got the berries and the mineral-enriched logs. The mineral-enriched logs drop the crystallized mineral chunks. Oh, thank goodness I did get 1 sapling. And then the other thing that I can do is over in this guy that's jumping around. I can get a drying basin. That's no problem. Just need 2 iron and 2 black dye. I know that there is an easy way to get black dye, I just can't remember. From sieving crushed blackstone. Let me just crush some blackstone real fast. And then that'll give me crushed blackstone, and I can throw that back in my sieve. Cool. That gives me a couple different things, including ancient debris. So I will at some point be setting up a blackstone automation. So with this drying basin, will come back out here and break this and this. Grab them back out. Put the timer back down. Nope. Put the timer this way. Set it back to 20, but I actually need it back at 40. And pause while redstone is active. And then right here, and put a base in. We can actually crush these mineral logs down, and it turns into fluid mineral resin. And then I can grab that and get a block of crystallized mineral, which turns into crystallized mineral. So now I just need a chest. So that I can start pumping from the item pipe into a different chest. So that it pulls out the crystallized mineral chunks into here. I'm just going to throw all my mineral in here. And this isn't fast by any means. I believe it also gives me mineral... It does not give me any mineral logs, but that's fine. I don't need the planks, I mostly just need the mineral. So, now that I have the mineral, I do need some paper. But that's why we started where we started. Bop, bop. Okay. So, time to get started on these. Logic cables require sticks and redstone dust. Where did I throw my redstone? In here. Okay. Logic cables, I'm going to make a bunch of them. I just need more sticks. Oh, and crystallized mineral chunks. I think I need 2 blocks. Okay. I'm gonna make 18 of them. That seems like a good amount. Atom interfaces require chests. That makes me 4. I want more than that. So I'm gonna make 8. And the storage terminal requires a couple different things. It requires the display panel, which requires the static light panel, which requires output variables, which requires variation cards, which requires paper. Okay. Variable card made. Output variable card requires a piston. Grab some iron. I need a couple of these. Now I need more cobblestone. Forever running and grabbing materials until I have a system that automates everything for me. But until then, I will be running back and forth, jumping between blocks, scrambling to find things just all over the place. I know that I need a couple pistons, so I will just make a couple pistons. Output variable transformer. Okay. Static light panel requires the berries, which are over here. Looks like I am out of mineral logs. Static light panel, I need 2 of these. Throw blackstone in here. And in here. Okay. Now I need the display panel. And with the display panel, I need to do this. So I need an input variable. Input variable transformer. So I need a sticky piston. Input variable transformer. And then I need a block of mineral glass. So I need more mineral logs and a piece of glass. Okay. I thought I needed a block of crystallized mineral, but apparently not. So I need 4 pieces of glowstone. And I need to go make another mineral tree. Up. Bada bow bow. We'll do this really inefficiently. Did I get... Okay, I got one more mineral sapling. Let me go grab a piece of glass. Which is in one of these chests. There it is. I will make more mineral out of these logs. And then I'll put a piece of glass in it. Okay, let me turn off my export cable. And then put a piece of glass in it. Mineral glass. Okay. There we go. And then the rest can be turned into mineral chunks. Storage terminal. I believe that is everything I need. I could get a portable storage access, but I don't need that. So I should be able to just put an item interface on all 4 of these chests, slap a logic cable to connect them, and put a storage terminal on there. Yes! Now I just need to mess with the grid size. There we go. I have... Oh, I can't scroll wheel in there, but I can scroll. So now I just need to get a bunch of upgraded chests from sophisticated storage. Sophisticated storage. There are a lot of different kinds of barrels and chests. So, what I'm going to do is basic tier upgrades. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. Which requires 8 redstone torches. Let me grab these mineral logs out of here real fast. Because I will need the planks in order to build these. I need just a bunch of torches. Okay. 8 redstone torches. And then all 8 of these surrounded by sticks. Gives me basic tier upgrades, which allows me to upgrade these chests so that they have this little slot in here. Okay, and then the next thing to do is to upgrade from basic tier to regular tier. Or not regular tier. I can go to copper, but I can go straight to iron. Requires more redstone torches. Can I do gold? Gold requires iron. So if I wanted this, I would need 8, so I would need a stack of iron. I do not have. So I guess we're doing copper for now. Unfortunate. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. Basic to copper. Boop, 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 boom. This gives us more space. And then this allows us to access whatever's in these chests from this terminal. But the thing I do want to do is put a priority of 10, a priority of 8, a priority of 6, and a priority of 4. What that does is it will not just randomly put stuff into the chests. It will fill the first chest, and then the second chest, and then the third chest, and then the fourth chest. So that everything's not just willy-nilly attached everywhere. And then this is a storage terminal. But it says there should be a crafting grid in here. Ah, item crafting, right there. I'm just blind. But now I can craft within here using everything that's in these chests. And I think... Let's see. I am going to grab the ore hammer. I'm going to duplicate my copper. Because I want to... I have 8 of these storage terminals, or logic cables. No. Item interfaces. These guys. And I want to use all 8, which means I need another stack of copper and 8 more redstone torches. It does mean that I need 8 more chests. They'll just stack up, but it shouldn't be too difficult. There's a bunch of moss in here. I don't need the moss anymore, so I'm going to take the moss out. And throw it in here. I need a sapling. We're going to do regular oak, and then another hopper botany pot and a piece of dirt. And we will throw down the hopper botany pot with a piece of dirt, and I need one more sapling. And we are going to get these botany pots auto-growing trees so that I don't have to worry about running out of wood again. But for the meantime... I am just going to cut down a couple trees so that I have wood so that I can start working on stuff. Well. Sorry, Mr. Horse. Did not mean to start suffocating you in a tree. Hold on, does me crouching on these make them grow faster? No, it must have been a coincidence. Okay. For a second I thought that I could crouch and make my gears grow faster, and I was like, I never have to worry about iron again! But until I can get those growth accelerator crystals from AE2, Out of luck there. They make pretty noises when you step on them. Okay, I need 8 more chests. So I just need to do this. Boom, boom. And then I need basic tier upgrades. I need redstone torches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I need basic to copper. Which means I need another stack of copper, which I don't have quite yet. I don't have any copper in the system, apparently. Okay, now to climb up and set this up, I need my item interfaces. And I need the cables. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. And then this one will be priority of 3. This one will be priority of 2. This one will be priority of 1. And that one will be priority of 0. So now I just need 16 more copper, and then we will be done. And then eventually I can level it up to iron, and then to gold, to diamond, so on and so forth. So that is storage. Ta-da! I'm not running around scrambling to find what's in chests anymore. Oh, I had more wood in here. See, that would have been nice to know. Let me just start dumping everything into the chests. In this inventory. Including removing these crates. Because I am no longer wanting to use them. And then we will just vomit everything into the system. And then I don't have to worry about storage again until I fill this up. Which shouldn't be anytime soon. There are 43,776 spaces available in these chests. So hopefully I don't fill it all up. We're so close on the copper. I don't remember what's the next tier. It is iron to gold. I might have enough gold to do that. I definitely have enough gold to do that, but I want to finish up with the copper upgrade to the storage first. Okay. Boop. We now have copper level on all of these chests. Fantastic. I want iron to gold, which requires a gold block. We will make a gold block. iron to gold. And then, what's the step after gold? Gold to diamond. I definitely do not have enough diamonds for that. There we go. That is significantly faster. I almost have enough diamonds for that, but I wouldn't want to spend all my diamonds on that anyway. Seems kind of like a waste. Yeah. So, let's see. I should claim all my quest rewards and huck them in here. Oh, yeah. Steel casing, prudentium, buckets of lava, blocks of material. Was that steel? It was. Interesting. Oh, that wasn't even everything. Give me 4 more liquid heating coils. That's helpful. Now that I've already built the thing. I would just need 1 more to make it a 3x3. I don't need it. It's tall enough as is. So, let's see. I'm done with this. Well, I'm still not done grabbing everything. I got fire seeds. That's nice. What am I not able to grab? Ah, these rewards. I got a magmator. I might make this sink. Hold on. So this is a magmator basic. 320 FE per tick. $320 FE per tick. Oh, that's the maxed extract. It generates 80 FE per tick, so it is worse than the one I have. Let me make the kitchen sink. I just need a bucket of water. The kitchen sink is super helpful because it is infinite water in a single block. Which I can pipe out of and provide water to literally anything. There we go. Kitchen sink, infinite water. Gives me a fluid pipe, which is helpful. A trader carpet. Trapped trader carpets will kill any wandering traders that spawn near it instantly. These might be the best item. These might be the best items in the entire pack. So I can make a carpet with a flower and a carpet. And then you can turn it into a trapped carpet. Okay. Interesting. Okay. It says I still have more quests to grab. It gives me a kitchen floor. From Railcraft? 26 steel. Okay. Okay, that appears to be all of my quests claimed. Let me back to the one I'm working through. Okay. Not alphabetical. I want it to be item amount. I have 703 industrial hemp fibers. And I can't really use them for anything. Let's see. I know I've like half started a bunch of quest lines. So let me do andesite alloy real fast. That's an easy one. Woo! I am not a fan of the create mod. I think it's genius, but it's so tedious. I think I'm gonna call it for the night. It's getting late for me. But next time we'll start building these flux and starting on AE2 to get the growth accelerators. But for now, that is it. I will see you all later. Bye.